Reality TV isn't always real. Today I'm going to cover 6 reasons that prove Bar Rescue is 100% fake. Welcome back to the Screen Cinema. Let's get into the video. Number 6, how they picked the bars to be on Bar Rescue. Landing a spot on the reality show where someone is willing to spend their money to save your failing business seems like a pretty sweet deal. The actual task of getting on the show is pretty straightforward. You simply fill out an application, just like if you were trying for a coveted busboy spot at your local watering hole. Of course, that's just one way. Bar Rescue has another method. By narrowing down geographic areas, the show producers will sometimes do an open call in certain cities or geographical areas looking for distressed bars. Other times, they'll do all the legwork and call bars themselves to see if they're interested in appearing on the show.
Your beautiful pizza.
This is Bar Rescue first. This is the first time I have ever been able to send a chef into another restaurant, walk into their kitchen, cook us a meal, and bring it out to them.
Number 5, Bar Rescue's Jon Taffer and the Troubadour. The famed Troubadour in West Hollywood is an American institution. The list of artists who played at the bar and coffee house is a who's who's of all the best musical acts. It's where Bob Dylan first plugged in, Elton John made his US debut, and where John Lennon and Harry Nilsson, drunk on Brandy Alexander's, heckled the Smothers Brothers. Jon Taffer and the Troubadour during a transition period when the music changed from folk to punk. He was there when Harry Nilsson, again drunk on Brandy Alexander's, got into it with punk fans. He also was on the hand for the Troubadour's 25th anniversary, when a lot of big names came back as a fundraiser of sorts to help fix the broken plumbing responsible for standing water in the kitchen. Taffer's resume is quite extensive, managing bars and coffee shops on both coasts before opening his own bar in 1989, so he can walk the walk to an extent.
I will bail you out. Deal?
Deal.
You got to try harder than me. Right, Bert?
Yes, sir.
You have to try harder than me.
Yes, sir.
Number 4, everyone hates Jon Taffer of Bar Rescue. But for someone with an impressive CV like Taffer, there are a lot of people ticked at him. And it's not just your average Joe who doesn't like a brash New Yorker who yells a lot. No, many accomplished bartenders hate Jon Taffer. Why? Well, he often says stuff that is flat out wrong. Like this: tequila is inherently made from mezcal, which mescaline, the hallucinogenic drug, is made from. So tequila can have a hallucinogenic component. You might be talking to someone who's not there. In the real world, tequila and mescaline come from plants with similar names, but those plants are in very different families. It might be an easy mistake to make for a layperson, but someone like Taffer should know better.
It is you.
No, you got
You
the
owner who's losing $8,000
It
a
ain't
month.
because of me.
And you're being an ass.
It ain't because of me.
Oh, I think it is.
Oh, I think it's not.
Well, I think it is.
I think it's
And
not.
I know better than...
Number 3, Bar Rescue has been accused of fakery. If you don't already know the show is fake, then I have a bridge to sell you. But hey, you don't have to watch one whole episode of the show to find out it's fake. People who have been on the show will save you the time and just tell you. Like Nina Wyatt of Schaefer's Bar and Grill, who said the crew fed them lines. She isn't the only one throwing around accusations. Owner Ryan Burke said, "During my first interview, I was asked how much money we are losing each month. My exact words to the producer were, 'What would you like me to say?' Producer's response, 'For our story, you are losing $10,000 a month, and losing your house, and closing down next month.' All of which isn't true. Yikes." Pirates Tavern said just about the same thing. It was basically coerced and staged to be an opening act for a re-rescue. I was told to bring in several changes of clothes to make it appear that filming covered several days. As usual, they brought in a bunch of extras to fill the house, and we were told what to say and who to speak. Too many bars are saying they're fed lines, and too many camera angles are just right, and too many lines are really badly delivered for this to be anything but a setup at best.
Never yell at my wife. I'm trying to save
You're not
your
talking
ass.
to her, you yell at her.
Why don't you stick up for her a little bit?
I am sticking up for her.
You're sticking up for your...
Number 2, Bar Rescue's Jon Taffer has ties to the NFL Sunday Ticket. Bar Rescue's Jon Taffer ran a very successful sports bar that you can say is the first time where his expertise came into play. Executives with ComStat approached Taffer about an idea they had. Would out-of-market NFL games play well in sports bars? Taffer dove into the project and wrote up a market analysis of how much bars could afford to pay to carry non-local NFL games and what the impact would be on their business. And thus the predecessor of NFL Sunday Ticket was born. This meant you didn't have to be stuck in a TV market like Orlando watching only Tampa Bay or Jacksonville games on their local broadcast. Instead, you could go to a bar and watch your beloved West Coast or Midwest team because you probably just moved to Orlando a few months earlier to get away from the cold. ComStat took the idea to NFL, complete with Taffer's marketing plans, and the NFL loved it. In fact, the NFL loved it so much they did it themselves.
We should not humiliate this bar in front of the customers. This is totally wrong.
You're focused on your ego. Nobody else views it.
Number 1, Bar Rescue shooting schedule is intense. Once a bar does agree to appear on the show, things move pretty quickly. Taffer and crew take 5 days to complete a bar rescue. That includes Taffer evaluating the actual bar, being redone, and scouting competing bars. Each day is about a 12-hour shoot, with the second day being the crazy one. That's where he yells at the bar owners and tells them what a horrible job they're doing. According to a Reddit post written by someone claiming to be a bar rescue producer, hidden cameras are placed before the full crew arrives, and the normal pre-production shooting takes place then as well. By day 5, the bar is back open with the remodel, and that's that. The makeover is cosmetic and financial. That same Reddit post reveals something painfully obvious as you watch the show. Whether or not it's fake, a lot of people have no clue how to manage a business. You can remake a building in 5 days, but teaching someone the basic principles of turning a profit takes a lot longer. The inability to understand cost and margin is a big contributor to bar failures. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.